Imagine standing in your garden in the dead of winter. It is freezing. The ground is hard. Every vegetable you planted in the spring, the spinach, the lettuce, the peppers, is long dead. Their brown, rotten skeletons are buried under the snow. This is the reality of gardening, a constant cycle of birth and death. But look closer. Standing tall in the middle of this frozen graveyard is a single plant. It is 6 feet tall. Its stem is thick and woody like a tree trunk, and its leaves, they aren't dead. They are a deep, vibrant purple, and they are alive. In fact, if you were to snap one off and eat it right there in the snow, you would discover something biologically impossible. It tastes sweeter than a summer strawberry. This is not a fairy tale. This is the purple tree collard. It is a vegetable that forgot how to die. While you are breaking your back planting spinach every 30 days, only to watch it bolt and turn bitter the moment it gets hot, this plant does the opposite. It grows into a literal tree. It survives scorching heat. It laughs at frost. And you plant it exactly once to harvest fresh greens for the next 20 years. So why isn't this immortal green in every garden in America? Why are you still buying bags of slimy spinach from the grocery store? The answer is a hidden trap in the seed industry. If you go to Google right now and search for tree collard seeds, you will find thousands of sellers. But I have to warn you, do not buy them. 99% of those packets are a biological scam. If you plant those seeds, you will not get the immortal giant I am talking about. You will get a weak, bitter imposter. Stay with me and I will explain the genetic curse that makes this plant impossible to sell in a packet. And I will show you the only way to get your hands on the real thing. Because once you plant this, you aren't just growing food, you are breaking the cycle of agricultural slavery. Welcome to Reclaimed Nature. Let's talk about the vegetable that fights back. Look at your garden. What do you really see? You see a system designed to fail. We have been conditioned to accept that vegetables are fragile, temporary things. Lettuce, spinach, cabbage, they are born with a single tragic goal: to die. You nurture them for months, and the moment they mature, they bolt, turn bitter, and rot. It is a cycle of endless labor for a fleeting reward. That is why we are slaves to the seasons. But the purple tree collard is a biological glitch in this system. At some point in history, a kale plant mutated. It ignored the genetic signal to die. Instead of flowering and withering like a normal vegetable, it chose lignification. It chose to turn into wood. As the years pass, this plant doesn't get weaker, it gets stronger. Its stem hardens into a trunk. It defies gravity. While your spinach is dead by June, this mutant enters a state of reverse aging, becoming bigger and more productive with every passing winter. In the 19th century, on the island of Jersey, a relative of this plant grew up to 18 feet tall. The locals didn't just eat it, they used the dried stalks as walking sticks and rafters for their houses. Can you believe that? A vegetable you can build a home with. Think about the logic of this. Why have we accepted a food system that forces us to work harder for less? Why is a vegetable that you plant once and harvest for 20 years, getting more productive every single season, not the most famous plant on Earth? Why do you see endless advertisements for new and improved hybrid tomatoes that die in 3 months, yet a biological miracle that feeds you for a lifetime remains a ghost? There is a reason for this silence, and it has nothing to do with the plant, and everything to do with what you can and cannot put in a plastic bag. So, if this plant is so superior, why isn't it sold at Home Depot? Why doesn't Monsanto sell millions of packets of it? The answer reveals the Achilles heel of industrial agriculture. They don't sell it because they can't. The purple tree collard has a unique biological trait that makes it a nightmare for corporations, but a dream for the self-sufficient gardener. It is biologically unstable when it comes to seeds.
This plant rarely flowers. It is too busy growing leaves to bother with reproduction. But even if it does flower and produce seeds, those seeds are useless. If you plant a seed from a purple tree collard, the baby plant will not be a tree collard. It will revert back to a wild, bitter, ancestral kale. It loses the immortality gene. It loses the purple color. It loses the flavor. This is the seed trap. Any website selling you purple tree collard seeds is selling you a lie. They are selling you a genetic counterfeit. This means you cannot mass produce it in a factory. You cannot put it in a foil packet and ship it to Walmart. This is the inconvenient truth they don't want to admit. And look at it from a profit perspective. Why would they ever sell you a forever plant? If you own a purple tree collard, you have a food source that yields more every year for 2 decades. You stop being a customer. Because they cannot monetize it every season, they ignore it. They would rather sell you hybrid spinach seeds every spring that admit there is a plant that makes their entire business model obsolete. But while the industry rejects it for being unprofitable, nature rewards it for being resilient. And that brings us to the second paradox, the flavor.
We have established that it lives forever, but does it taste good? This is where the logic of the supermarket falls apart again. We are used to buying vegetables that are bred for shelf life, not flavor. They are watery, bland, and often bitter. And we accept that winter vegetables are tough and fibrous. The purple tree collard flips this script entirely. When the temperature drops below freezing, most plants die because the water inside their cells turns to ice and bursts the cell walls. But the tree collard has a survival mechanism called cryoprotection. As the frost hits, the plant actively converts its stored starches into complex sugars. These sugars act like natural antifreeze, lowering the freezing point of the sap. The result? The colder it gets, the sweeter it becomes. While your grocery store kale tastes like cardboard in January, a tree collard leaf harvested in the snow tastes sweeter than a summer berry. It is a flavor profile that money literally cannot buy, because you can only get it fresh from the living plant in the dead of winter. And then there is the color. That deep, dark purple isn't just for show. It signals the presence of anthocyanins, the same powerful antioxidant found in blueberries. But instead of eating a tiny handful of expensive berries, you are eating massive, dinner plate-sized leaves packed with this compound. Why are we taking pills to prevent cancer and inflammation when we could be harvesting a pharmaceutical factory from our own backyard? We have a plant that defies death, defies the seed industry, and defies the blandness of winter. It is the ultimate rebel. The only question left is, how do you actually get one if you can't buy the seeds?
The answer is simple, but it requires you to think differently. You don't plant this vegetable, you clone it. Since the seeds are unstable, the only way to propagate a true purple tree collard is through vegetative propagation, also known as cuttings. You need a living piece of the original mother tree. This has created a secret underground network of gardeners. Instead of buying corporate seeds, we trade living branches. To join this club, do not look for seed packets. Go to Etsy, eBay, or local permaculture groups and search specifically for purple tree collard cuttings or rooted starts. You are looking for a stem about 6 to 8 inches long, stripped of its leaves. And here's the beautiful part. It is easier to grow than a weed. This plant has such a fierce will to live that if you take that stick, shove it into a pot of moist soil, and keep it in the shade for a few weeks, it will sprout roots. It wants to survive. You don't need a degree in horticulture, you just need to keep it alive long enough for it to realize it is in the soil. But remember, this is not a small lettuce, it is a tree. The stake rule. Within year 1, it will grow taller than you. The wood is strong, but the leaves are heavy, heavy enough to snap the trunk in a high wind. You must give it a spine, stake it securely, treat it like a young fruit tree, not a broccoli plant. The harvest protocol? Never cut the top off unless you want to stunt its height. Harvest from the bottom up. Snap off the lower leaves as you need them. This encourages the plant to keep reaching for the sky, creating that signature palm tree look while providing you with a continuous supply of greens every single week. We live in a time where food security feels fragile. Prices are rising, supply chains are breaking, and the produce on the shelves is getting less nutritious every year. Planting a purple tree collard is a declaration of independence from that system. When you plant spinach, you are renting your food security for a month. When you plant a tree collard, you are building an asset that will pay you dividends for a generation. Imagine looking out your window 10 years from now in the middle of a blizzard. The rest of the world is gray and dead, but there, standing 6 feet tall against the snow, is your purple giant, alive, sweet, and waiting to feed you. You didn't just plant a vegetable, you planted a legacy. Stop gardening for the season, start gardening for the future. This is the architect from reclaimed nature. Go find your cutting and let it grow.